Hello my beautiful and amazing people, Badass Dark Zone Agent Uncle Butcher in the building as usual, covering Division 2 basically daily, and today I will cover one of my favorite builds to use for legendary easy stronghold runs with directives applied. This one will annihilate everything and everybody. I have paired up ongoing directive set with sanitation modifier, and this combo is extremely cool. First of all, sanitation will apply burn to your close enemies. That means if you're gonna kill them, you will get halo ammo from ongoing directive set. Perfect synergy. Halo ammo will amplify your weapon damage through the roof. On top of that, we are using Sadist on the Lexington, one of the hardest hitting assault rifles in the game. Throw in the mix overdog gloves and bloodsucker talent and you will be unstoppable. I tried turmoil knee pads in this setup as well. Those worked nice, but honestly, with all the status effects in the game from this build, we don't need turmoil knee pads. We can stop enemies with bleed, fire and foam. 3 status effects. And most of them will disturb enemies. They will be dizzy, they will run for the cover or will stop completely. And that's all you need, that split second to take them down. Time to kill with this build is extremely short. That's the reason why I'm using this build without turmoil knee pads. Just look at this. And for survivability, like I said, we have bloodsucker, and sanitation by itself will give us some crazy heals. Look at this. This is legendary difficulty, guys, with 3 directives. I have to always remind it. At this point, game is kinda easy, and I have shown you crazy builds for like last 2 months now, only on legendary difficulty with almost all directives applied, and heroic difficulty with all directives applied, just to showcase true power. And in solo mode, I know that a lot of you are lone wolves just like me, so I'm showcasing my build in solo mode pretty much without any help from other agents. Maybe I will make some cool builds later on for team play, but right now solo will be the way to go. But before we continue, a quick word from the sponsor, DMG.net. If you don't have enough time or good teammates but you still want to have all the best items in your game, then DMG.net is set for you. They have absolutely amazing team on consoles. They will complete your order super quick. If you will use my promo code RBD for RBD, you will receive 15% discount on absolutely all service. Amazing deal, especially when right now they have some crazy sales going on, so definitely check these guys out. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop your comment down below in the comment section or contact your operator, and the rest will be the history. But now let's get back to this build. And like I said, this one is really cool and special setup because we have crazy DPS, and ongoing directive is really good for burst DPS. Yes, striker will give us also crazy numbers, but the thing with the striker is that you have to stack it. So for example, if you want to do heroic content and even legendary content where there are not fat juicy enemies, I would recommend you to use something like ongoing directive with all the amplified weapon damage buffs you can gain. In this build we can hit up to 1.3 mil, 1.5 mil. That's insane. Those are really good numbers. Second weapon for me is obviously Chameleon exotic assault rifle, which can give us with adaptive instincts talent freaking 90% additional weapon damage and crit damage, increased reload speed. So even Chameleon in this build will hit like a truck. For the specialization, I'm using Gunner to get increased rate of ion kill and armor back, so really good for survivability and for PV content in general. For the pistol, I'm using new pistol, which will increase my movement speed. So like I mentioned before, I would recommend you to use these type of builds for simple tasks. Maybe for incursion, you need striker. Yeah, you have a lot of elites, juicy, fat enemies, where you will be able to stack striker and keep your stacks alive. With ongoing directive, everything is really simple. You have to kill only one enemy with status effect on, and boom, you have maximum possible DPS output. Overdogs will work non-stop. Sadist works on enemies that have bleed effect on. The same story with Hello Ammo. Hello Ammo will amplify damage and will give you bleeding bullets that will trigger Sadist, and this is like never ending cycle. Crazy cool synergy. Sanitation by itself will apply burn. You're gonna heal yourself. In terms of my numbers, I have almost 50% crit chance. Well, let's switch one mod. I think we will be just fine if we will take this out and apply crit damage mod. 48, 49 is still really good for assault rifle build, and maybe with some optimization I could push this build up to 50% crit chance. I think I have a couple attributes here in this setup that are not optimized, but look at this, decent headshot damage. I have obviously crit chance and crit damage. Crit damage could be a little bit higher, but we are investing a lot in amplified weapon damage. Overdogs will give us amplified weapon damage, Sadist and ongoing directive set. If you want more crit damage, you could go maybe for Killer Talent. Killer would add 70% crit damage after critical hit kill. So that potentially also could give you quite a good DPS boost if you want. If you think Sadist is not worth it, but honestly I think Sadist is totally the best option here. If you want, you can also switch some things here up to spice your gameplay. For example, you could take out Overdog gloves and use Cheshka name a TURMOIL knee pads to split damage between two enemies. For heroic missions, I think that would be perfect synergy, because enemies that doesn't have too much health and you can kill everyone reasonably quickly, and that's I think is perfect synergy for speed farming. What's left? Yeah, I think for the skills I'm using this build without shield. Shield is slowing me down. I'm using Fix-A-Drone and Reviver Hive. Fix-A-Drone gonna follow me and heal me non-stop, so this is perfect synergy. And Reviver Hive, sometimes if I will make the mistake, Reviver Hive can save the day for me. So I'm sometimes playing reckless, so yeah, Reviver Hive gives me that second second option. So yeah, but you can also use decoy or shield if you want. So this is simply my set. This is template, you can modify it to your likings. So Butcher drops the mic. Stay safe, love you all, see you in the next one, and remember, don't die.